This is day 1008 of the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. I'd like to sponsor Okan Mishir more of the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. Please contact me directly. Very greatly appreciated. Today we're doing Simon. Tough phrase study. Bay's Vav. Tough phrase study Gimel Hey. Vav. Yesh Shomer, those who say that you start taking a korban to Megillah if the person laying Megillah became mute in the middle of the Megillah, no longer say anything. Torah Hashem, that's the second person to start beginning. A bracha yotzer rishon, but the bracha, the first one made, works regardless. Should be b'shem kol tzibur. He made maybe the entire tzibur. Rabbi Cholkim Hazeh, that was Mogeh Avram. Many people argue on this. It's really the answer. Let's get a makom shabbos rishon. You start with the place where the first person stopped. So Rabbi Shvusi Yaakov Kiveger Chayodim Cheinikor, and that's the primary halacha. Lo time because the Sim Reish Pei Daled. It's not because the Kriyas Torah where in Sim Reish Pei Daled. The Hasim Agol Chad Korei Latzmo. There, each ola is separate. But Megillah Korah, but she'll call it the tzibur. In Megillah, you're reading from the entire tzibur. In other words, there's really no a clear obligation of Shemei Kohenim by Kriyas HaTorah, and therefore the person who lanes making the brachas for himself, not to be motzi the tzibur the brachas. But here, the person made making the brachas be motzi the tzibur, therefore and the tzibur, like we say, is tzibur lo meis for korbanos. So the same thing here. The tzibur can't go mute. It's like shofar where the second person starts, where the first one stopped, which is Zayin Megillah Al Bishkvar Yotza, even though Yotza Megillah Yochel Levarich Likos Otzia Acherim, you can make a bracha and be motzi others. The Mishnah says that some people paskin that if the people who are listening to the next time around know how to make the bracha themselves, they should make the bracha. Since he already was Yotzei, Minhag Olam, he says to me Mekel. People do make the brachas again, even though people listening to them couldn't make the brachas on their own. When he reads for women, he barkly shmoa mikra megillah. Shake the bracha to hear the mikra megillah. Mishum dieshmei. No some say should stabo ela shmiya. Only commanded to hear v'lo kriya. Much kasam siman tov kupei tes. It's among Avram, even though that's really a shitas yochid the bahag. Yesh omer the mutab likol anoshim la'achar sheshama shma'u beis hakneses. It's best to read for women after he himself participated in shul. Because of Rob Hamadras Melch, he should be present in shul. And he was writing here, the cave in the Megillah Bismarck Rim B'Yachid, or Shul disagrees, says that since Megillah and on Yudal and Tazvav, you read as solo, which I've seen tough Reish Tzadi, Mutav Yoser Shikrava Yetzegamu. It's better for him to read when he reads to the women to be Yotzei than with himself then. Bracha Mikra Megillah, and to make the bracha al Mikra Megillah, Yotzei Mikodim, and rather than being Yotzi previously, and then and then his kriya is not for his own purpose. The first opinion was the Mogeh Avram, and of course the Mishnah Bura passes like the Mogeh Avram. You should read for women after you're Yotzi in shul. Yeah, he also says he can work the other way around. He can read it for women first, and that might not to be Yotzei himself, and then to be Yotzei afterwards with the tzibur. Wow. Because Rabbeinu Beis Yosef see base ain't lo suach beis korah, so you shouldn't schmooze talk when you read Megillah. Kan show him. First a bracha guy. There some people say it's going to bracha. Chem mashu b'tush because of the itur kasav. It seems that tur seems to indicate that because he writes that the itur wrote. There came in the bracha zuba in hagat talia milsa. Since his bracha and the Megillah is really has to do with minhag, any go misha should rebuke people who talk during Kriyas Megillah. But to a sigalav, to rejects this, he came to some mevarich. Since fine malice you make a bracha, also will have sik. Can't interrupt between the bracha and the kriya. So it sounds like, but once you start the kriya, to talk in the middle is not an issue. But anyway, that's a pasuk about Katsur, but he said pasuk Katsur. Yes, as far as the Megillah Kai. Some people go say it's going on the Megillah itself. And Afkamina, it doesn't make a difference. The Bishneim Asurim Hafsik. He says no. Actually, it doesn't make a difference. You're not allowed to interrupt. I don't know why he had this whole discussion here. He's going to conclude how to interrupt no matter what. But somebody who's listening who interrupted Megillah because I'm listening to every time. Because but not because of the speaking, but because okay, so I see what he's doing. I would say you're not allowed to interrupt in the middle, not because of the interruption necessarily. Maybe the interruption is a problem after between the bracha and the kriya, but because if it interrupts. Mishum the Bangkok lo shama is a table makori. Meantime, we wouldn't have heard certain words from the of the laning. Makori sheep stick yotzak So therefore, if the kore made a mistake, it would be yotzak because in his interruption there is no loss of words. Brackets. He says even everyone seems to allow the kore to mafsik the mafsik in the middle, which seems very strange. And Mishnah Berurah, of course, following Magen Avram, says that sometimes it's even mutal chatchila for the korei to be mafsik, such as to lishol be'er prokim ne'akavad, just like the Kriya Shema. So when you come to the end of a parak or something, you could the korei can be mafsik, say shalom aleichem. Okay. Hey, Kosav and say about Shulchan Aruch Sibdal Mishu Onus Ksas, somebody who has extenuating circumstances, even slight extenuating circumstances. For any alcohol, he can't go to shul, but Arukh HaShulchan Koho, and he has to wait until after the Kilo reads the Megillah and it's going to extend his time much longer. Yochel Lishma Kriyas Mibod Yom. He can hear the Kriya during the day. Plaga Mincha Lamala, from after Plaga Mincha. This is they're not allowed to eat even if the tinus is difficult. That's what he says. The Sharatzian says if you're reading after Plag, you should daven first. In any event, Marav. It says this only works if he always davens until before Plag. It's going to be attacked to the Sasre. But Arukh HaShulchan says, Dimusel Tfilas Harvest. It made drew an analogy here to Marav. Because we in line Plag Mincha, where you consider nighttime ready from Plag. Abu Tamur, this is astonishing. Mani on says there's no comparison. Doesn't tell you Karbanis. Arukh HaShulchan taught us much earlier that from Plag it works because it's the end of the time of Karbanis of the day. The Kriya Saila made it mean by Laila V'lo Dumi Ali. This is the Kriya of night we learn from a pasuk about night. Not only from the end of the time of Karbanos. Pshita says it's obviously not night till it's says the Kochavit. Mishnah Berurah writes that the Pri Megadim says according to Pri Chadash, even Ben Hashmashos you shouldn't read. But the Yavi read Ben Hashmashos, he's not sure, unless it's extraordinary compelling circumstances. Perhaps then you can make them. Chayonim says even you read some of it before it says Kochavit, not Yotzei. And you have to go back and read it again without a bracha, which okay, yeah, it's possible. He says it's certainly astonishing. Says Levad besides this, it's not the 14th day yet. We never heard anybody read from Plag. Mr. Berurah again, this goes here leniently. He says that somewhat. Bialacha brings down for Shari Tshuva that somebody is lenient for a sick person or for a pregnant woman to do it, to read during while it's still daytime a bit, has on what to rely. It's possible that if it's a very, very difficult circumstance, even the tzibur can read after Plag, even though it's not yet completely nighttime. Actually, it doesn't say after Plag, it just says they can read it before nightfall. The brackets Arukh HaShulchan brings down the Gra, you can't do this. Again, he repeats. We never heard anybody who ever did this. Hi, what about the analogy before the Megillah? Okay, avotima mutar. You can taste something. Mukrachlas, if you're compelled for this. I usually have some coffee before I create some Megillah. The te'ima, says the shear of a te'ima, the taste is kibetza of bread. or mashkin in the shear of a kibetza. Beitza bread or beitza beverage. Um, Mishnah Berurah says it's you either find somebody who needs it as somebody who's a little bit sick, or the kindness is difficult for him. If he's a weak person and waiting is going to damage his health, and he can become sick, and a little bit of a taste is not going to be sufficient for him, he can eat. But he should ask somebody else to remind him to read the Megillah after he eats. Before the kriya, you're allowed to not allowed to eat even half an hour before the time. Feel spelled for arvis, even down marv already. Tima shari, you're allowed to taste. Lima mutter, you're allowed to learn. Lokashin shem mishkach v'lo yikakom b'dikas chametz. We're not concerned that maybe you'll forget and won't do it, like we're concerned by b'dikas chametz. The came the chaviva love, like says it's precious to him. Lo yishkach is not going to forget. Shem achar netz, the daytime you have to read after sunrise. If there are extenuating circumstances, he can read it after dawn. Tough rate Sadi Gimel. Seder Tfilos Purim. The order of the Tfilos on Purim. Av Achakriyas Megillah Ba'arvis Omrim Ba'atok Kadosh. After Megillah we say Tok Kadosh. Megillah Eschil Votzion Goel. It would be appropriate. I don't think we do this. To start from Votzion Goel. So it's Magula. It's a time of redemption. Remember, see the Rav Amgon Kosa Kenk Mosh Kosa Vatur. Right, we don't do it. Primary gula is not at night. Why do we do it? Since we told these miracles which Hashem did for us, we say, meaning all of the I'm not sure exactly how to translate this. The primary concern because Baruch Hu are the praises of Israel, or the praise of Israel given the most nachas, I guess. Therefore, he rejoices in our joy. Therefore, he is in anguish in our anguish. So we say Baruch Kadosh both in Tisha B'av and Purim because the Yoshev Tilos Yisrael indicates that he's with Imo Nachim B'tzara and with us also at a time of Gula, which is very nice. Pshat. Basically, Motzei Shabbos Yom Gam B'Binam. Motzei Shabbos so say B'Binam V'Chayim Min Kaddish Shalim Tiskabel. Say Kaddish Shalim with Tiskabel. Avchashman asked the Kohen Knesset Megillah Lo Yamar Tiskabel. You should say before the Megillah Tiskabel. The Elam Hashtei Pamim Tiskabel B'Tfil Achas. You should not say twice Tiskabel in one Tefillah. Yesh Kos Lomar Chatzi Kaddish Kohen Megillah. L'Bush L'Nataz. Miyah B'Minhagin Kosov. I think it's the Mariel. Sheyomer Kaddish Shalim. They should say complete Kaddish Miyuvade below Tiskabel. Without Tiskabel. But the Elam says Tiskabel twice. It's astonishing, and the Taz is astonished at it. Whichever way you slice it. If you say Tiskabel after Shemoneh Esrei, Tiskabel achar Takadosh, and say after Takadosh. And that's more appropriate. That you say Tiskabel specifically before the Kriyas Megillah. The primary request of that tefillah should be accepted or goes in Shemoneh Esrei. And Elamar so Acharkach. I shouldn't say afterwards, after Megillah. It's not really Tiskabel Tzloson. Kein Roy Lan Hig. It would be appropriate to put that into effect. I just have to Simon Ray Simon Tofel. That's Sim Gimel. Magen Avraham says also, Bishop Brimdan, Magen Avraham says, you say, Hashem Tiskabel Al Shemoneh Esrei, and the Rabbah says that. Yes, Kodesh after Kadosh, you say Kaddish Shalom without Tiskabel. The Rabbah says you can also say Tiskabel then. Kimmel. It's also an issue with Shachar, as he points out here. I don't think we always say Chatzi Kaddish. No, it's not an issue with Shachar. Kimmel. Kshacham Motzei Shabbos, when it happens on Motzei Shabbos, for Hayim Eroi Lav Dil Karm because we'll really try to go before we read Megillah. The Echnaneh Mi'aur. How can you have pleasure from the light? Adain lo birachnu bari mareish. We can make a brach on it. Chopachos biras bari mareish. Levar kodem kriyas Megillah. At least bari mareish. You should make it for the Megillah. The Gam saying again, it's not the custom. Time is shum the kol chad tzarich lav do based on the reason because everybody's making up at home. So everybody Gam biras bari mareish b'shul b'nei son. He's going to make a bari mareish for the people of his household. Didn't come to shul. Lo yever shtei pamim. Why we make two brachos bari mareish? Chaim ben basic nesses aim gam nesses aim of dealing kara Megillah. So also in shul, we don't make the Havdalah before the Megillah. Folk the Klali of Denu, it's a general principle. The Havdalah Machrim B'chol Shenuchal. We make Havdalah as late as possible, symbolically. The leader segment of Gamre Kol Kedusha Shabbos, so as not to remove in totality the totality of Kedusha Shabbos. V'imishum Sheni Min Or B'Kriyas Megillah. We get benefit from the light when we read the Megillah. Kodim B'Chas Marish before we make the bracha. And Shum Chashash, that's not a concern. We never found you not allowed to have benefit from light before you make the bracha. And the truth is, we already made the bracha in the morning. That covers all our nana from light from the entire day. Is a different thing. It's Shabbos. It's because fire was invented in Motzei Shabbos. Gemara says, came in again early off it, so our minhag is fine. You should know kivite l'chamim achar b'takadosh achar Havdalah kvi minhag minhag chol Motzei Shabbos is those say bitin l'cha say it after takadosh or after Havdalah, as is their minhag every Motzei Shabbos. Which the Berurah says Motzei Shabbos after Havdalah. Okay, I assume it's pointing to Havdalah and Shul. Ukshachal Purim Motzei Shabbos, and Purim Knesset comes on Motzei Shabbos. Zar Shlo B'Yisam Megillah B'Shabbos Basic Knesset. You can't bring a Megillah even as an Erev. On Shabbos to Shul, the Osla Trios has one Shabbos Chol. You can't do preparations from Shabbos to weekday. I feel they cut it, no nachon. Even to give it to a child to bring is not proper. El Yachim Erev Shabbos, or either prayer from before Shabbos, or Vienna Achar Mar, bring after Mar. Ach Efsher Miyayim Bo Lavim Shabbos. That's the Lim Joshua. It's possible you're going to use the Megillah on Shabbos to learn out of it. Perhaps it's okay to bring it. Also, Shabbos. You're doing this for Shabbos. With the Lamda b'Shabbos, last one we go on Shabbos. Most people, you're supposed to make sure not to come to this issue. Daled, Omer al Anisim b'Layla b'Yom Medal. Say on Nisim at night and during the day. V'lo b'Yom Tesvav, but not on the 15th. V'Omer ben b'Tefillah ben because I'm Muslim. Davening on a bench. V'Lo if you don't say it, didn't say Im Achzir so you don't make him go back. Come B'Chanukah came Shem ben Karma Musaf because no Karma Musaf, so it's not an impediment. Gam ba'Arvis lo Yudar Abishlo Korah Megillah Dain. A night of the 14th, even though you haven't yet read the Megillah, Omri Malanisim do say Alanisim. Mishabur says, even if you stop the Mara before it says. Avo Belel Tesvav Yom Tesvav Ein Omrim, and the Shushapur do not say Alanisim, Kom Kamim Omar, did say Alanisim, Ein Zehepsek, so I interrupt Shemem Magzir, so I don't make it go back. Came the Mukafin, Hayom Muikapurim, because it's Purim today in Shushan Purim. They didn't institute Halam Purim. The Kriyas HaMegillah he Mokum Hallel. Megillah takes the place of Hallel. But the Bishlam are going Chanukah, and besides that, all these reasons are given the Gemara, of course. On Yom Tov Chanukah, Halu Avdei Hashem, Lu Avdei Param Antiochus. We praise Hashem. We're servants, not the servants any longer. A Paro and Antiochus. Purim Makate Avdei Chashverosh. We still remain the slaves of Achashverosh. No Tacham Purim, Erim Natzech, El Erchapayim. Mishabur points out that even on Shushan Purim, don't say it. Dachlamar Mitzvah Ayelas Hashachar, it's appropriate to say the capital of Ayelas Hashachar, Tilim 22, the Purim, the addresses of Esther, Kayadua, it's known that it's linked to Esther and the Tefillah that she said before going to Achashverosh. Mizvah Soida Omrim, and we do say Mizvah Soida. Hey, Motzin Sefer Torah, take a Sefer Torah, Bayova Malik plus a Gavri. 3 Kohen Levi Yisrael. Vein Bohela Tisha Psukim, even though he only has 9 Psukim. Vavka then posting Asar 2 Psukim, though you're not supposed to lane ever less than 10 Psukim. The times that Yeshua Kofling a Pasuk Achon. Some people actually repeat the last Pasuk. Nam Amin again, okay, we don't do this. The Lahedjo Amar Gemara says explicitly, Lina Haftorah, in terms of Haftorah, Hechid the Salkin Shani, where an issue comes to its conclusion, it's different. Lachanam partially Purim. The same thing is true by Purim. Henkos with Taisis and by Lanning Purim. Henkos with Taisis, Harash, Harkor Megillah, they read the Megillah, Charga Asher Volition. The Nachon Shalol Achlot, Tefillin Achar Kriyas Megillah. It's proper to keep your tefillin on until after Mikra Megillah. The Ksibbe, it says, Satsam B'Yikar. It says we expound that to mean Sasan Zumila v'Yikar Zutfilin. L'chein Kshiyesh Mila Purim, and that's why there's a bris milah in Shul on Purim. Mohatil Korim Kriyas Megillah, you do the bris milah before Kriyas Megillah. Although the Mishnah brings down from the Pri Chadash and the Gra that you do Megillah first. Kadesh Yuchal Likros Visason. We could read Visason on going on the Milah. Miuim Ev Shalamu Basic Ness, if it's not possible to do the bris milah in Shul, Vilel Kodem Megillah. And to go, people go before the Megillah, Loishma Megillah, don't listen to Megillah, Moya Charkach, then you do the Milah after the after the Megillah and after davening.